Hello, this is Chris Brooks from Rivsticks Game Studio, and this is the first devlog for Catacomb Crashers. Catacomb Crashers is a programmatic game, meaning you enter your actions programmatically. It goes through this server, determines everyone's actions, and ends up giving you the results, and then you watch it appear on screen. So for example, player one, say he has a monster and he's moving it around the screen. He wants it to turn left and he wants it to move forward. Someone else has set their monster to move forward. So the first monster would move forward, the second monster kind of pushes up against him and pushes him space over. So with that, you end up getting all kinds of combinations of things that were beyond your control. So what we're doing today is the devlog is we're going to have an editor for people to create their own maps. And so we're working on the editor right now, and so here's a little run through of it. So you come into the editor, you have two views here to start. You have your top-down view and your camera view. First thing you want to do is you want to name the map. Okay, so there's my map. So I've given it a name. There are three styles to play. There's a PvP play style where everybody tries to either knock each other into pits or off the map somehow, or alternatively they could use their abilities. They could attack them. They could do other things. But the goal is to be the last one standing in a PvP. Then you have the race. A race is you'll have different checkpoints, and either the last person to get to the last checkpoint or the last person standing, just like PvP, will win that style of game. The third is a single player mode. It's a puzzle game. There will be checkpoints along the line, kind of like race, except you're not against anyone, and you're judged by how quickly you can get from point A to B to C into the end of the level. And so those are the three styles of maps right now, are PvP, race, and puzzle. So once you've defined your map through the settings, we have different tiles. We currently only have 3 tiles, but we have loose rock, sand, and jade tiles. So let's just do a sand tile. This is the little transparent parts of the grid, are places that don't have tiles yet. But let's go ahead and add one here and here. And so I've added, these will be on the map. Let's add some here, 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 here. Let's go ahead and add one here just for fun. You can add different kinds, so which different tiles will do different things. But there you go. Let's add a few over here. Alright, so fun times so far. Let's go to features. Features are different things that are on the map. So for example, here's spawn points. So if you put a spawn point on the map, you go here, that means that any monsters are going to spawn onto this spot. If you have multiples of them, then monsters are going to spawn in multiple areas. In the case of a checklist, you're going to, a checkpoint race type, you would have a number here that's going to indicate which of these are first, second, third, essentially, and also coloring to say which kind of, whether you visited or not. That's currently not there. So let's add a couple more features. You have a stone wall feature. Let's put a stone wall here. Okay. Now stone walls can get in the way, so instead of always being able to see it, we can make it transparent, or you can make it completely invisible, so that it's easier to adjust it in the editor. But we'll go ahead and leave it here. And our third feature that we currently have is a spike trap. So let's go ahead and throw a spike trap in here somewhere. Let's put a spike trap. Let's put him right here. Let's put him right here. And yeah, that's good. So we have our little spike trap. We have our little thing. Now, in order to set properties of these, so like for example, I go to the spike trap. Spike trap settings, there aren't really any settings for a spike trap. It's just going to damage anything that crosses it. So nothing there. The wall settings the same way. There's nothing really in the wall settings, so we won't mess with that. The spawn settings has a facing. Monsters that appear are going to appear facing a certain direction. They can face forward, which is up, back, which is down, left or right, or it can be random which way a monster spawning on that space faces. So we'll go ahead and make this one spawn forward so that it'll face towards the top, and we'll make the other one span backwards so that they'll face this way. Okay, and then so we're done with facing, and then down here we can test. So we have our camera views, as you see, and we can actually test the map. Now currently we can only test the map with one monster on the board. We will be able to test the map with multiples, so you'll be able to, but right now we can only test with one monster. So if we click it now, there it is. He came up here, and he's ready to go. You can zoom in this way. Now when you're in test mode, there's actually two other views and when you're playing the game. So I can go into top down, angled, third person, and first person mode. So all of these work, but let's try angled. Let's go ahead. If I stop this and come back in, he can appear down here as well. But let's go ahead and take some actions. Now at the beginning of every turn, the players will be able to pick up to 6 actions. They will put them here, and then as the monster's able to do certain things, like they have their own special abilities, they'll be able to set actions as well that are unique to them, such as the Cyclops can throw a rock. The vampire will be able to make a special attack. So if someone's in the right spot of the map, their attack would affect them. They'll also be able to interact with things on the board to like pull levers, pick up items, interact with different things in different ways. So anyway, so let's go with him. We'll go with angled view right now. And so let's say he's going to move forward once. He's going to move forward again. He's going to jump. He's going to move forward. He's going to move forward. He's going to move forward. So then after the 6 actions have been made, he automatically attempts them. I didn't accommodate for that pit trap, so therefore I took damage. It will show above him, on him somehow, how many lives he has, how much damage he has, or health he has and such, but right now that UI is not built. So here we go. That's his turn. So let's go ahead and turn him around. Let's back him up. Let's forward. Let's jump. And let's turn him left. So he's going to turn around. He's going to back up. He wants to try to jump this pit trap, which he just did. He's going to turn left. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's go into top view mode, and let's jump him, and he's going to hit that pit trap there. He's going to hit that wall and fall into the pit, and let's just move him forward. Boom, he falls in the pit, and that's it. So then we spawn him again. So let's go ahead with a third person view. All right, so he's going to move forward. Let's move him forward. 1, 2, 3. Let's jump him, and let's just let him fall off the pit. So he jumps over it and falls off the pit. Okay, so then you have the first person view. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2. Okay. Alright, so given that, when you make your actions, they're going to be stored on the server in the way that you did them. So if I wanted him to move forward, left, forward, whatever, back, it would combine with all of the other players that are in the match to determine what actions were taken and in what order. So even though I put in those actions that way, other monsters might go and totally alter what I'm doing so that I'm moving in the wrong way. So you have to accommodate for that, and that's the main main essence of the game. Now you can make your own maps. You're going to be able to upload them to the server, and you're going to be able to play them when people give them so many likes. So at first you're going to be able to make your own map. You're going to submit it. When you're only going to be able to play it when you're in a match, when you're the one in the match. So you'd create a match with your map in it. People would join it. At the end of the game or during the game, people will be able to like or dislike your map. If enough people like your map, it becomes a permanent map in the system for anybody to play. If you make changes to your map in between, your like drops back to 0 because you've altered the map. Therefore, there's no one's been able to play it. So what it'll do is you'll keep your map, you'll load it. Enough people like it, you'll submit it, and so you'll be immortalized in the system and showing your name as the author. So you'll also, of course, inappropriate maps could be made, so those could be handled as well. So anyway, that's pretty much it for now. So we're continuing that. The reason we wanted to do the level editor first is because what better way to put maps into the system, even for me, is to be able to edit them in and see them in real time. So and there'll be many more features, many more tile types, and it'll just grow and grow from there. So anyway, thank you very much, and I guess that's all for now.